and welcome to Healing Past Lives and Trauma. And today, with the session we're going to go through, is going to be healing the experiences of past lives and its understanding on healing trauma and healing the experiences from the traumas that we lived through, and also blocked trauma. So those experiences that we lived through as children, we tend to put walls up as we're a child, and then we forget it even happened, but we carry that vibrational energy of those experiences, and then typically we will then do harm onto others because we lived through that experience where it was done to us. And that activation of that aliveness of that energy is what causes us to feel like doing those experiences onto others, or to continue to self-sabotage our lives. I'm also going to share within this audio that we're going to go into now with addictions. I've lived with so many addictions in my life, and going through and understanding the core to why these are happening. And I'm going to share with you today in going through this to not feel any shame or guilt, because it's not your fault. And this has been the complete turnaround in my life, to live in that pure state of the truth of who we are, the aliveness of my soul, consciousness, living through this human form, being able to feel the pureness of light energy after you guys going through this. These are all the experiences I've come here to learn and grow through, to suffer in, to do the healing work, and to be fully restored back to the pureness of who I am, so that I can bring it to you, so that you can have the full healing for yourself if your soul is ready to move on from it, and that you've learned all that you needed to. Okay? So really looking forward to going through this with you guys today, and I'll connect with you as soon as we start the session. So it's closing your eyes now with me in this moment, being very relaxed with where you are. And it's using our imagination, breathing in the highest frequency of light, the pureness of light, and breathing that into your being all the way down to your toes. And with each breath out, you're going to breathe out any energy that is not the eternal truth to who you are within in the pureness of light, that you would have picked up through your experiences, that you have knowledge of or do not. But if there are energies that are not the truth of who you are, that are holding you back, with each breath out, that is the desire of the intention to breathe out of you. And it's shifting over to focusing on the feeling of the air as you breathe it into your body, noticing the sensations as you're shifting over to your soul being's aliveness, of being present in the moment by just observing the sensations with how it feels, of the air that you are breathing into your body and that you are breathing out. I would like you to bring awareness to your face, around your eyes, your cheeks and forehead, and also bringing awareness to your neck and to your shoulders. And as you breathe out, feeling all the muscles letting go, all tension letting go. And then bringing awareness to your arms, to your hands, to your fingertips. And as you breathe out, feeling all the tension, letting go. And now bringing awareness to your upper back, your lower back, your chest, your tummy. And as you breathe out, feeling all the muscles letting go, all tension letting go. And then bringing awareness to your legs, to your feet, to your toes. And as you breathe out, feeling all muscles letting go, all tension letting go. And then coming back to your breath. Just observing the feeling and sensations of how the air feels without thinking any thoughts of within your human mind, but just observing the sensations of how the air feels. As you breathe it in and breathe out. And it's imagining, as we use our imagination in this moment, just pretending with me, with your allowance, imagining I will step into your space with you and step right behind you to help you in supporting you in bringing more power of the pureness of light to bring healing to your emotional body, of the different bodies within the truth of who you are that hold on to the experiences of suffering, my friend. And saying yes within your mind, my energy shifts behind you now in this moment. And it's allowing me now to place my hands gently on the top of your head, but just pretending it's happening now. And it's breathing in through the top of your head with the energy of the pureness of light moving through me right now in this moment with you, and breathing it in, allowing the flow of the highest frequency of light to move through your entire being. Just allowing the flow of the pureness of light to go to where it needs to go through you now in this moment. So again, I would like you to take your left hand and place over your heart, please. And we will amplify the pureness of light moving through you now in this moment of its transformational power even more and more and more, moving through your entire body, your entire being, all aspects of the truth of who you are. The light is moving through by just allowing it to do so through your free will. As again, we are here to rise up in your life, freeing you from the frequencies and vibrations that are of lower spaces. And the first thing we're going to address is healing any blocked trauma. So if there are experiences within you that you cannot consciously remember, it's allowing the energy to move through to who you were in those moments of your suffering. Again, if there are any experiences that cause you to suffer of block trauma that you may have blocked out to help you throughout life to not remember, it's allowing the pureness of light to connect to those spaces within you now. And it's bringing healing through the understandings we've gone through throughout this series to bring healing to who you were in those moments. The only reason why any form of harm, of sinning done to you in any way is because it was done to the person before you. And if we feel that they should have known more or been better, it's understanding the separation from the pureness of light to come into this earth plane weakens our connection to the power of the eternal truth within us. Because we have had these vibrations covering our light, separating us from the pureness of light, they did the best they could with the carried weight. And again, it is releasing from any block trauma, empowering yourself by smashing down any walls that were there to protect you, to bring unconditional love to who you were in those moments. Allowing the light to flow to who you were in any of those moments where you may have block trauma, and giving unconditional love to who you were. But even in this moment, it's giving unconditional love to those who have harmed us because they were suffering. They didn't have the opportunity to heal the energy that caused them to do those actions. It was never the truth of who they were. And it is your deep desire to free yourself and all those who have ever harmed us, who carried the past generations of energy of suffering. And allowing the flow of energy to go to your younger self. I will amplify the vibration and the power of the pureness of light moving through you even more and more and more, knowing that they did the best they could through their conditioning and the attachment to the lower energies to them, and giving unconditional love to all things to rise up from suffering. And as we move forward as well, we will go into past lives. If you have suffered with self-sabotaging, going through experiences where you really struggled not understanding why, when we have left experiences in the past lives that we've carried and we never had the opportunity to heal completely from them, we are still stuck in past lives of those experiences that continue to cause us to struggle within our life now. So it's bringing healing to who you were in all past lives that were left unhealed. And we will bring you to healing now to release you from those spaces by allowing the pureness of light to just flow to where it needs to go, connecting to the fragments of who you are in the spaces of the past. And we will bring unconditional love
to those spaces now of who you were in those moments. It's understanding that you did the best you could with the frequencies and vibrations of who you were and what was attached to you during those moments. If there are moments where you carried shame and guilt, and it's allowing the pureness of light to heal who you were in those moments of understanding that you did the best you could. You would make new choices as you have learned from those mistakes. And understanding we are here to learn, grow, and evolve through all experiences, through the realities that we go to. And if you have done a lot of harm to yourself or others, it's understanding the frequencies and vibrations of suffering that you carried was the cause of it. And again, all those who harmed you in past lives through the different ways of harm that could have been done to you, if they were healed from what was done to them of where they were stuck, they would never have harmed you in that way. Again, embracing that truth now in this moment. Bringing unconditional love to who you were in those moments, and unconditional love of understanding why they did harm to you in those moments. We are all of the pureness of light. But there are those that have been stuck, needed healings to remove themselves that never had the opportunity. Our brothers and sisters of light. And it's bringing unconditional love and the flow of that energy to all those spaces now in releasing as we are beings to learn, grow, and evolve. And because you have learned the new perspectives and knowledge that you didn't have before of the eternal truth to what is, you have grown. And because you have grown with this wisdom, you can all now evolve, releasing all attachments to lower energies as you rise up, breathing in the pureness of light, releasing and letting go as you breathe out. As we move on to addictions. And if you have been stuck with addictions, really struggling, and have caused harm in your life, and it's reflected to others that you love and care about, again, it's bringing unconditional love to you now in this moment. Understanding the different frequencies of aliveness, of lower energy, was attached to you from your suffering. And it was that aliveness that's been a part of you that causes you to feel like doing what it is of that addiction. It wants to keep you in that space of that aliveness. And you just never had the opportunity to remove the energies from you that cause the deep feeling to bring you to suffering with it. Breathing that truth in now of unconditional love to yourself if you've lived through addictions in this life and past lives. Allowing the flow of the pureness of light to move to where it needs to go. And I would also like to add that if you are not in a space yet where you are ready to see the truth of your life, if there are things that are holding you back with the addictions to different things that you may hold on to in your life because you believe that it is your choice because you enjoy it, understand you are being that experience if the outcome of the unfoldings are things that are causing you to suffer in your life. If you have addictions through your past generations, so through your parents or whoever it was that you were raised with, if they were in addictions, for instance, if they were drinking all the time and it became a normal thing in your life, you were conditioned in that frequency of being. And because your parents or whoever you lived with were in that conditioning of that frequency and vibration of being that experience, you were conditioned with it. So it's understanding that if there are things holding you back to the unfoldings of things happening in your life that are not for your highest good, and you do want to stop them because you do see this pattern, then it's understanding you are choosing to release the frequency and vibration that you were raised with. In seeing the truth of the highest perspective that I am giving you now in this moment. It is your free will now to allow the pureness of light to breathe it into your body, releasing the past generational carried energy of addictions for what that means to apply to your life, in releasing these frequencies and vibrations from you now in this moment, because you are choosing to rise up to new spaces to unfold in your life where those things no longer hold you back. And it's allowing that flow of energy to move through you as you breathe out, releasing the past generations that pass down that frequency and vibration to you that is holding you back to the success that you wish to see in your life. And it's breathing in again the highest frequency of light into your body, understanding you have learned and you have grown through these perspectives, and embracing the flow of energy as your soul is rising up, as you've completed the cycle to learn, grow, and now evolve to the new spaces that await you. Knowing that you've always done the best you could with the tools and knowledge that you've had in those moments up to this point today. Allowing the pureness of light to bring in unconditional love, even more of supporting you, of the truth of who you are, and any energies of attachments. To these experiences that was once lived through. It's knowing that by others seeing you doing your healing work to rise up in your life, you are teaching them and giving back to them for all those that you may have hurt in life through addictions. And it is the joy that they get to see as you rise up in your life to be freed from your suffering and struggles. Giving unconditional love to the energy as a part of you that may have caused in past lives or this life of addictions, that it was never the truth of who you were, and it was the energies holding you back, causing your human form or those forms to feel like doing things that would keep you stuck in suffering. And now is the time, because you are choosing to rise up from the depths of suffering, of those attachments, breathing in the pureness of light as I amplify the power of it moving through you even more and more and more. And the light spinning through the top of your head, throughout your body, spinning clockwise, releasing any energies that is not the truth of who you are, and releasing from you now as it's spinning faster and faster and faster. And now the light will spin counterclockwise from the top of your head down, drawing in more of the pureness of all that is into your being, into all those spaces that are being healed in this moment, and breathing it into your being and embracing the pureness of light. Feeling more love for yourself, more love for others, and understandings that you no longer need to hold on to the false beliefs that was created within the human mind where you were not worthy or good enough. And we are beings to learn, grow, and evolve through all experiences that we are gifted to come into these planes to learn more than what we knew before of the eternal truth to what is, of the different frequencies and vibrations of aliveness that we can experience. Feeling completely restored as you move forward in your life. And it's feeling gratitude in your heart with the new knowledge, new perspectives of the eternal truth to what is, of all these experiences, that you are no longer attached to the suffering of experiences as you have rose from the lower planes of suffering into the pureness of light, the eternal truth to who we all are, from where we all come from, feeling the empowerment of your light, the truth of who you are, not being held back as you move forward in your life. And through these words, again, understanding we are beings to learn, grow, and evolve. Because you have learned from me through this series of my work in all dimensions to bring you this truth, to free you in your life, it means your soul has grown. And because your soul has grown, you can now evolve from all these experiences, risen back up to the eternal truth of all that is in the pureness of light, as you have completed the cycle to learn, grow, and evolve, my friend. And breathing that in all the way throughout your being. Feeling the gratitude in your heart and throughout your being. And it's taking a nice deep breath in to your body. Coming back to the aliveness within your room. within your space. And it's breathing in again, wiggling your fingers and toes, feeling your physical body. And it's breathing in again and slowly opening your eyes. And again, I am truly grateful to have been a part of your healing today, of your journey. And I'll connect with you again in the next video.